The 919th edition of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code MMA SGPN.
Howdy-ho, DeGenerinos. Welcome to episode 919 of the Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, dedicated to one of our friends in the Discord, Howie Noseman, who I think predicted exactly what Yanni was going to say on the Contender Series telecast last night, or I think it was a Yanni excuse, was it not?
It was a Yanni prediction.
Okay.
And I think maybe the worst part of it was like the first prediction Yanni had gotten right in like 3 fights. But like he gave the reason why. He was like, I think it was for Controversius in the last fight. He was like, he opened as a favorite, but now we can get him at dog price, so count me in. And it was like word for word what came out of Yanni's mouth.
Yeah, Yanni knowledge. He's dropping the Yanni knowledge. Yeah, I love like, oh, well, he used to be a dog. So, I mean, he used to be a favorite. So I've got a better knowledge he's dog. Like, Yanni rationalizations. I'm not in on that, but whatever.
Yeah, they haven't had a finish in a while, so there will definitely be a finish.
Yeah, exactly. All that
middleweights this season have gotten a lot of submissions, so here comes another one.
That's okay. Yeah, I don't have to tell everyone how dumb that is because it's every fight's different. But yeah, okay. Anyhow, I am for now. I think the days are limited that are going to be Mr. Pimp, all caps. Jeff Fox,
PIMP, Mr. PIMP.
PIMP. There is a nickname I think coming down in the next few days that I think I'm going to steal. So we'll see. That is Mr. Denny Gumby Vreeland. If you're in the Discord last night and/or you watched and/or listened to our Contender Series episode, then it was profitable night for you last night. Gumby went, by my math, he went 3-2, but 2 of his hits were dogs, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So, including one at plus 200. Although, it was a really tight fight between Chavez and Montenegro.
Right.
We got the split decision to go our way. And there was another prediction in the Discord.
A Gumby prediction.
A Gumby prediction in this one. We were waiting for the scorecards. I think most everybody in the Discord had kind of agreed that Montenegro had done enough to win the first and second round and probably was going to win the fight. And we're all kind of bummed out about it because it was close. Chavez looked really good. It looked like both women were going to get contracts anyway. So obviously we wanted our plus, she was 205 at post time to like, we wanted that to cash. And so I just put in the chat, I said, we just need judges to be Chris Lee, Sal Diamato, and Junicho Camijo, Camijo. And we just need those two. And they read off the first score, and it was 29-28 for Montenegro by Mike Bell. And I was like, damn, that's neither of them. And they're like, Judge Sal Diamato scores the fight. And I was like,
here we go.
One for Chavez, and the last one was Camijo. And he also scored it for Chavez. So we got 2 out of 3, which is all you need for a win.
Exactly.
And I think it was Mac that said he's on such a heater. He's predicting which judges we have at this fight.
Exactly. Gumby is on a heater. No, I can't remember what round I thought Chavez won. I thought she was around 1 or 2 that she won.
She definitely won.
I thought she won.
Clear.
Yeah. Yeah. The 3 was, it got a little sweaty when she got taken down, but nothing happened on the ground. So, and she got back up. So it was good. But I figured, I thought she split one of the first 2 rounds and she probably won the last one. So the
second round was clearly not her. She got dropped in that one. And then like the round out by Montenegro on top. And then in the first round, I mean, if you go back and you watch it, I think a lot of people scored it for Montenegro, but like if you go back and you watch it, I think there's like a pretty easy argument for Chavez. Like, I don't think it was a robbery or anything like that. Like, she landed more strikes. I kind of thought Montenegro landed the harder ones, but like, it was a coin flip.
It was hard to tell whose blood was whose as well, which was an issue. Like, okay, who's bleeding? Who's bleeding and who actually got the other person's blood all over him? But I think it was Montenegro's blood was all over Chavez. So.
It also doesn't, like after the fact, I want to be like, oh, it was a close round. We could score it our way. Yeah. But it doesn't really help when you're on the same side as Sal Diamato and I want to be like, that wasn't a bad decision, but then also it's like it was so.
Hey, you'll take it. So did you get over plus 40 units now?
No, so the saddest part of that night, so we did go up
Oh.
like 1.8 on the night because of where the underdogs were and the odds we got on Reyes. But we were like $20 short of, or like
Oh,
0.2
okay.
units short when we got to the Contravicious fight.
Right.
And so if Contravicious had lost to Danny Bavier, we would have crossed that marker. But for some reason, the dogs continued to bark and cost us. Now, so we're 8.8 right now, or 38.8.
38.8.
So we're in striking distance.
That's all right. This coming weekend and Contender Series next week, we'll put them back over. If you haven't listened already, we did a couple of PFL episodes and an LFA episode, all coming up starting on Friday. The events are on Friday. The episodes are already out there, so make sure you check those out, and you can get up plus 40 units as well. All right, today is all about the UFC, though. They are back, and they are in Perth, Australia. After we're going to dive into it because we have 8 fights to break down on the prelims. Before that, reminder, check out the SGPN app in your app store for easy access to all our free picks and props. So check out SGPN app. So finally, Australia is getting a dope of what it feels like when, to have a fight night card and not a pay-per-view. Usually they have
I think they are going to love this card. Hot take.
Yeah, it's all Aussie and New Zealand fighter, all Aussie and Kiwi fighters. So yeah, home crowd. Well, it depends on the outcome, I guess, of the fights, but there's a good chance they're going to go home happy with all their favorites in the fight. So yeah, I'm just saying it's not a stacked pay-per-view like they've been getting used to, but I guess Perth is paying enough money for a fight night at the very least. So that's good.
Right. And I think Sydney is rumored to be having a pay-per-view come like early February. So like they're going to go back to Australia pretty quick.
Well, that's not going to help me cash my Alberg to be a champion at the end of 2025 prop bet now, is it?
No.
Because you'll probably, if he wins this Saturday, then he'll probably be the guy you would think headlining in February. But we'll see. You never know. We're not talking about him this episode. Anyhow, this is all about the prelims. As I said, UFC Fight Night, Alberg versus Reyes, aka UFC Perth, going down this Saturday, 7 p.m. start time for us. Perth, Western Australia. So it's Sunday morning is when they'll be watching the event over in Perth. It's taking place in the RAC Arena if you want to go over there and watch it. Or I guess we probably have plenty of viewers and or listeners in Australia. Happy spring, I guess, to you people. You weirdos who it's spring. Well, it's fall everywhere else. All right, let's dive into the old fight card here with a women's strawweight belt. We got Loma Lookboonme. That's not really your name. I'll tell you your real name in a sec. She's from Thailand. She's fighting Alexia Thainara. She is from Brazil. 3 5-minute rounds, 115. We'll tell you about Lookboonme, whose real name is Sufrasara Konlak. Luma Lookboonme is one of her many nicknames, along with Kanda Pur Moingpech, Kanda Koit Jim, and Luma Sitaju. So there you go. A woman of many names. She's 10-3. Whoever you want to call her. 1 knockout, 1 submission. She's been submitted 1 time. 7-2 in the UFC. She's won 4 straight and 6 of 7. She's not lost since November 2021. She went 2-0 in Invicta. Used to fight at atomweight. That's where she would still be if the UFC had an atomweight division. She's a multi-time world champion in Muay Thai. She outstruck her UFC opponents by 1.4 strikes per minute. She's at plus 212. All right, Thainara, one nickname. It's Bourgeoisina, little bourgeois or middle class girl is what it translates to. She's 12-1. Little bougie girl. Yep, that's her. 12-1, 8 submissions. She's been submitted once. 1-0 in the UFC, 1-0 on Contender Series. She's won 10 straight fights. Submission win in her last bout. That was against Molly McCann. It's not lost since November 2019. She has multiple regional championships on her
mantle.
Correct. Get a shirt, get a merch, get all the good stuff at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. She has fought at 125 and 135. She's let me clear off my there we go. 3 inches. Sorry, there was a little dust on my screen. 3 inches of height advantage over Lookboonme, 6-inch reach advantage, more active landing strikes than Lookboonme, better grappling stats than Lookboonme. She's outstruck her 2 opponents we have stats for by 2.91 strikes per minute, minus 230. Gumby will kick things off for us.
Yeah, it's Thainara all day for me here. And you know me, I'm a Loma Lookboonme fan.
I tried really hard. I tried really hard to pick.
There's just no way. There's just no way.
The size.
This was like negative 185 like earlier in the week too. And the public knows it too. It's the size. The fact that Lookboonme manhandled what was effectively a flyweight, right? Like, how long did Molly McCann fight at flyweight? And Thainara threw her around like she wasn't even there. Now, granted, some of that is a grappling deficiency from Molly McCann, which we've known about for years, right? But like, Lookboonme is a decent grappler. We did see her get that rear naked choke recently, right? But like, in the same token, she's so much smaller. She is going to be dealing with a massive reach disadvantage. She's going to have to try to get to the clinch to land her elbows or her knees or whatever it is she's going to do for offense. I just don't see it. Or she'll need her kicks from distance, which is going to get caught and turned into a takedown. Thainara is so deadly on the mat. I actually am really big on Thainara. I think she's I think she's already a top 15 strawweight. Like, honestly, like from what I've seen from her on Contender Series, where she like just abandoned grappling and decided to strike for 15 minutes for the most part so that she could show Dana White that she has that and get herself signed. And then what she did to Molly McCann, like, I think she's fantastic. I think this is way too much for Loma Lookboonme here.
Well, when she wins this fight, she definitely will be top 15 for sure. Like I said, I want to pick Lookboonme because she's good. She has good takedown defense, but she still gets taken down a lot because people like, since she's so good on the feet, everyone tries to take her down. So she tends to get taken down every fight, even though she's good at stopping them. I think Thainara, with her size and her strength, and obviously her skills as a grappler, is going to get her down. Plus the fact Lookboonme doesn't have the finishing ability to really threaten her on the feet, like to end the fight. She's gonna have to try to stay out of her grasp for 15 minutes, which I think is going to be a tall task. So I'm in on Thainara as well. Hopefully we have an exciting prospect here at women's strawweight. All right, we're going from the lightest weight class to the heaviest. We got the big boys now. Brando and Pericic. He is from, I got to make sure I get my Australians and my New Zealanders correct here. He is from Australia. He is fighting our friend, the Snack Panther from the United States. That would be Elijah Ellison. 3 5-minute rounds, 265. Ellison first, the Snack Panther. 5-1, 4 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been submitted once. So that means he owes us rounds. He's due, as Yanni would say, Yanni rationalization. This is his debut. They were supposed to fight on the Contender Series. It was Pericic that
I think Pericic had I think had a little bit of trouble getting to the States for that fight or getting a visa.
It was visa, right?
And so then they were like, "Oh, we can sign."
You're signed.
They have kind of gone nuts on heavyweights recently, particularly ones from Europe. There has been like a sudden rash of signings. A heavyweight. So like, I might be part of the like Paramount deal that they're like, we need to fill out some of these like underfilled out divisions. Because we got some in some of the women's divisions too.
I was going to say the women's divisions are very shallow still.
And we got a signing. We got a women's signing on this card. We got a women's signing on the Vancouver card coming up that didn't go through Contender Series. So like, I think they're trying to fill out some of the smaller divisions right now.
Cool. Good with me. All right. Good with these two guys too. So Ellison, like I said, this is his debut. He's won 3 straight, 3 years younger than Pericic, plus 190. The Balkan Bear. So we got a Snack Panther versus a Balkan Bear. There we go. Those nicknames match up pretty good. The Balkan Bear is 4-1, 3 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been submitted once. So he owes us rounds as well. These guys pretty much have identical records. This is his debut as well. He's won 2 straight. He's 6 inches taller than Ellison, minus 192. All right, so Pericic is. I'm going with Ellison. Not just because of the nickname. Yeah, good. Not just because of the nickname. He's faster. Yes. He's got good power despite being faster. He's got good takedown and defense. Pericic is more of a grinder, more of a like.
It's weird, isn't it? Right? Because he's a city kickboxing guy, and so when I went to watch film similar to you, I was like, "What the hell? Why is he shooting bad?"
He rushes guys, puts them against the fence, and then just like foot sweep type takedown stuff like that. But like I said, Ellison's pretty good on the feet, and I mean pretty good staying on his feet, pretty good takedown defense, and he's got the power mixed with the speed, which is could be a deadly combo, especially at heavyweight. So hopefully he can dance his way around Pericic and get some space to land the one blow that he needs to finish it.
I'll also say too a couple of factors that have me leaning Ellison too, because you're right. I thought the exact same thing. I was like, he looks like he's going to keep his feet. Pericic doesn't seem like the type who's going to get him down. But also, I'll just say, like, I think he's going to have a huge cardio advantage Like he's like a 235 pound heavyweight. He's like
he dropped weight, right? He
what?
got himself in shape, didn't he? Wasn't he like
I
heavier
think
before?
he was like a little bit bigger of a guy, which is when his coach insulted him and called him the Snack Panther. But then in addition to that too, like, so in addition to the cardio, he's also kind of got sneaky submission skills. Like he hasn't used them all that much, but he was like a submission grappler before. He trains every day with Chase Hooper. Like Chase Hooper is one of his guys that he works with. Now, granted, they're probably not rolling very much, being that one of them weighs 240 and one of them weighs $140. But like, you know, they've got the same coach, and he's been in Chase Hooper's corner for fights before. So like they're boys, and I assume his submission skills are probably up to snuff here too. So I like all that you said about it, but you know, add those other pieces as reasons I like the Snack Panther here.
Yeah, Snack Panther. He's only 5'11", so he's probably at a good weight now. Maybe he'll be a light heavyweight someday. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess for heavyweight that would be a short king, right? Anyone under 6 feet, if you're a heavyweight, you're short. You're a short king in our books. All right, we agree on the first two picks. We also agree on mybookie.ag, not just because we're brought to you by mybookie.ag, but also because it's the place to bet on football and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none. The motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. They have easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Check out all the UFC lines there right now. And when you do head to mybookie.ag, use our promo code MMA SGPN for 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. So it's mybookie.ag, promo code MMA SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Novig, Novig, all one word. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. Since Novig is an exchange, you know you're getting some of the best prices in the market. Novig is available in 35 plus states. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. So get in on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. I forgot, if you're in our Discord, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord, you will see Gumby said that a lot of dogs should be barking at UFC.
Maybe.
So I forgot to tell you that off the top. So we'll see. What that's.
Do you have a lot of dogs
here? Not a lot, but I do have.
By your standards, maybe.
How many fights are on this card? 14. I probably have. Yeah, probably about 3 or 4, maybe. So not a lot, maybe.
That's plenty for you. That's plenty for you.
It is plenty for me. All right, I just gave you one right now. Elijah Ellison. All right, we're going to the heaviest women's weight class now. That would be bantamweight. Luana, Carolina, Michelle Montegue. So we got Brazil versus Australia. 3-5. Is it Australia? See, I'm going to question myself the whole time. She's New Zealand. See, I was wrong.
If you were looking at the graphic on the screen, which I was hyping up beforehand, it says it right on there.
Let me look at it. Oh, yeah, nice. I should just go off that, but I can't because my spreadsheet has all the info that we need here. I'm not just freestyling. Let's tell you about Dread, Carolina. First, she's 11-4, 3 knockouts, 1 submission. She's been knocked out once, submitted once. 6-3 in the UFC. She's won 3 straight. Before that, she lost 2 straight. She's not lost a fight since March 2023. She's missed weight twice at 125, but we're up at 135 now. So hopefully she's okay now. Used to fight at 115 on 135. Actually, no, this is 135, right? That's what I said. Yes, sorry. 1-0 Contender Series 2015 Pro MMA debut. She has outstruck her opponents. So we got 10 fights data here by 1.27 strikes per minute plus 203. The resume does not impress the people at the books. The people betting. The wild one, Montegue, 6-0 with 6 submissions. This is her debut. She went 4-0 in PFL, 1-0 in Bellator. Used to fight at featherweight, 2 inches taller than Carolina, minus 223, and it's over to Gumby.
Yeah, this is a Montague pick for me all day here. For those of you who aren't familiar with Montague, she had a really nice run through PFL for a while, taking a few fights over there. But she mostly competed at featherweight rather than at a division that the UFC even has anymore. And what I'm really impressed by is that like her physicality still played in those divisions, both in her takedowns, her ability to keep fighters on the mat. She's got a really nice rear naked choke, really nice control from the back mount. She threads her hand underneath the chin very nicely, which is a underrated skill that I think people forget about in terms of, rating whether or not a grappler can get a finish. She's really good at that. And Luana Carolina, look, I know she's only been subbed once before in her career, right? Was it once? It's just a weird
I think so, yeah.
Ariana Lipsky knee bar.
Yeah.
Which is bizarre, but like, she's not a grappler, and she's not particularly good at grappling. And on top of that, not only is she not a featherweight like Montague is, she's like an oversized flyweight. She's barely a bantamweight. So we've got like somebody who's been manhandling 45ers to somebody who's had some issues grappling 25ers, you know, and even if you look at her stats, they're inflated a little bit because she's fought some 15ers in there too at 25, right? Like, you know, her stats look better because she stuffed Lupe Godinez, who's like a small 115er on short notice in that fight. So, you know, like even if you're looking at the stats of Carolina and trying to make an excuse for her, like, you know, she's gotten things that have boosted her stats, and she's going up a weight class to somebody who's coming down a weight class and is just way more physical than her. I'll take Montague.
I'm taking Carolina. What do you think of that?
I don't like
I
it
know.
at all.
I'm not. Montague's not that great. Montague's not. She's very mechanical on the feet. She gets hit too much. I know it's a grapple or bust. It's going to be grapple or bust with her. Carolina does get taken down a lot, but she also gets stuffs a lot of takedowns. I think she's worth a stab here. And Montague is her level of competition. It looks good that she's fought in PFL, but in Bellato,
aren't they pretty good?
I don't think they were. Let's take a peek now, shall we, ladies and gentlemen?
I'm making the intern get on.
I'm not just. She has fought someone named Marilia Moraes.
She fought Sobek. Sobek and Abby Montes are good.
She's fought a lot of people that are as inexperienced as she is, which is makes sense.
Olivia Parker has put together some really nice fights in there too, and she's a pretty good wrestler. Olivia Parker's 4-1, and her only losses are Montague Zingano and Chelsea Chandler. So, like, you know, she's in that kind of company.
I'm still taking a stab. Not that Carolina's that great. I just don't. I think it more than 2-1. I think she's worth it because I've seen these no names piece up Montague on the feet until she gets her takedown. So hopefully Carolina can make her pay. We'll see. I'm not betting the farm on it or anything. Let's not be ridiculous here. Let's go to Colby Thicknesse next. He is from Australia. I'm making sure I'm getting the Aussies and the New Zealanders correct here. He is fighting Josias Musasa from Dominican Republic of Congo. And I'll remember you going, when I picked Carolina.
The Democratic Republic of the Congo, not the Dominican Republic.
Oh, sorry, the Democratic, yes. I was going to say, it was you saying, I've been distracted now by you. Turn your nose up at my pick. Hopefully Carolina wins, and I can cut that part of you saying and spread it around the internet. Anyhow, maybe we'll get back on the same page with this fight. This is 135 in the men's side. Thicknesse is 7-1. 2 knockouts, 2 submissions. Never been finished in a fight. 0-1 in the UFC. That was his last fight and his only career loss. He's a regional champ. He's fought 145. He got outstruck in his UFC debut by 0.2 strikes per minute. That was against the young brother of the young Topuria guy,
Alexandre
Topuria. Topuria. How do you say the name again? He's been so long since his brother fought. Topuria. It's been a whole 2 months. And Thicknesse plus 135. Musasa, the KO wizard, 8-1. Excuse me, he was 8-0. 8-1, 7 knockouts. He's been submitted once. 0-1 in the UFC, submitted in his last bout. Missed weight in that bout as well. 1-0 contender series. He's fought 145 as well. An inch taller, 5-inch reach advantage over Thicknesse, more active when he strikes, and better grappling stats. These guys have very small sample size of stats here, though. He's been outstruck by 1.15 strikes per minute, minus 140. All right, are we linking up here, Gumby? What do you think?
I don't think so, because I'm gonna. Oh, you're up first, though. God, you show me why we're gonna differ.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. We're gonna link up because we're taking Thicknesse. Gumby.
Are you going Thicknesse too?
I am. He looked really good against Topuria. Lasted the whole time. I think takedowns are going to be the key here. Musasa's not a grappler, even though technically
he's so bad at jiu-jitsu. He's so bad at jiu-jitsu.
And Thicknesse has got a chin, man. You see the fight where he got front kicked in the face and flash knocked down and popped up right away? Yeah, he's got a chin. Up. Yeah. And he lasted against Topuria, which I know he's not his brother, but he's a good fighter nonetheless. And he looked good in that fight. So yeah, I think especially as a dog, I'll take this Thicknesse.
Yeah, and I just kept thinking when I was watching Musasa's, I rewatched the fight with Carlos Vera. And I just remember breaking down that fight and being like, but I don't really know what his grappling defense looks like because we haven't really seen it. And then I was like, oh, he's going to get submitted. Like the second it was on the ground, boom. I was like, as soon as he's down, I'm like, he's going to sleep. He's going to have his arm broken off. He's going to tapped to
He actually did go to
something.
sleep, didn't he? He had to tell the ref that he was out. I think it was one of
Was
those
that
deals.
was it?
I watched it. I think that was
Yeah,
that fight.
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
The bottom line is this jiu-jitsu is really brutal, and Thicknesse, like, I think is getting a little bit of a bad rap here because like he took a loss in his first fight, but again, that was on short notice. They needed somebody to fight Topuria last second because he was supposed to fight Cody Hedone, and so like, you know, now he's got a full camp for the first time. He's healthy. He's got a favorable style matchup. Yeah, I like Thicknesse here.
All right, Gumby likes the thickness for sure. All right, we're both in. We're going to Jamie Mullarkey, Aussie, oi, 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 versus Rolando Bedoya. He is from, I want to say, I've got to make sure I say the right country, Peru, because Peru and Mexico's flags are similar. They're fighting,
especially for me who's colorblind.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that on air. 3 5-minute rounds, 155. Bedoya is the machine, 14-4, 4 knockouts, 3 submissions. Excuse me, never been finished in any fight, so he's durable. 0-3 in the UFC, though. So he's lost 3 straight. Before that, he had won 11 straight fights. He's not fought since August 2024. He's not won since March 2022. Regional champ, used to fight at 170, 2014 pro MMA debut. 3 years younger than Mullarkey, more active when he strikes. He has a positive strike differential, 0.91 strikes per minute, even money, plus 100. Mullarkey, 17-8, 10 knockouts, 3 submissions. He's been knocked out 6 times, 5-6 in the UFC. He's lost 2 straight, won 1 of 4, 3 of 6. His past 2 losses, both via TKO. He has not fought since May of 2024. He's not won since September 2023. So someone is ending a slump here. Multiple regional championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get a shirt, get a merch, sportsgamblingpockets.com/store. Used to fight at 145, 2013 pro MMA debut. An inch taller than Bedoya. He's been outstruck by 0.14 strikes per minute. Better grappling stats than Bedoya, minus 106. Now it's Gumby.
I'm going Bedoya.
Really?
Yeah. It's so this is a pick'em, right? Like a true pick'em at this point.
Yes.
So like no dog or anything. Yeah, at first I was like, oh, okay, Mullarkey. This dude's 0-3. He hasn't won in the UFC. He's kind of, you know, meanwhile, I'm thinking he's trash. I went back and I watched his fights. Like, he really puts nice combinations together. He's insanely durable. He's got some nice punching power. And yeah, he like hasn't won in his last 3 fights, but that doesn't mean those fights weren't close either. Meanwhile, you watch the most recent fights of Jamie Mullarkey. And again, Jamie Mullarkey might be a little faster. His boxing might even at times be a touch better too. And his chin is absolutely gone. It's
a concern.
Toast. You know, he's been knocked out in 3 of his last 4 fights. He's been knocked out 6 times in his career already. And what's that? Like a quarter of his fights in his career already he's been knocked out in. And like that's a ton of damage that this dude has taken. And like the vast majority of it has happened in the last 2 years. Right? And we've talked about this. This is not about having a power puncher who is less of a power puncher than the last guy or more of a power puncher than the next guy. It's like he has been touched so many times that like this is going to be degenerative and he is going to continue to get knocked out. And I kind of think Bedoya is the right guy to do it. You know, like I said, he's got good boxing. He's not afraid to get hit to give one. You know, look at those output numbers. You know, he's landed over 7 strikes a minute or something like that. He's taken 6.5 or something on the return, but his chin is so good that like he is willing to be in that kind of battle. And unfortunately, like I kind of think Jamie Mullarkey's willing to be in that kind of battle.
I'm going with Mullarkey, but I am concerned. As you said, the chin is the main concern. I think he's got power advantage here. Takedowns, maybe he can lean into that a little bit here. He definitely should be better in that realm. And I think he's better in the clinch as well. So maybe a clinch could be a safe place for him to hide out. Maybe being out a year and a half almost will help the chin a little bit. Not that Bedoya is a monster puncher, but you know, like you said, he may not take much at this point. So maybe I'm going against my what I usually do here, and I'm taking a guy with whose chin is shot, but I'm doing it anyhow. Mullarkey's the pick. All right, let's get you another one here. We are going another Aussie. Imagine that. Jonathan Micallef versus Oban Elliott. He is from Wales. 3 5-minute rounds at 170. Let me tell you, well, we're getting a lot of close odds here, which is good. But I'll tell you about Micallef first. He's the captain. 8-1, 2 knockouts, 3 submissions. He's been knocked out once. 1-0 in the UFC, 1-0 contender series. He's won 3 straight fights. He is a regional champ. 5-inch reach advantage over Elliott, 2 years younger, more active landing strikes. He's got a positive strike differential, 0.77 strikes per minute, plus 107. The Welsh gangster, Elliott. 12-3, 3 knockouts, 3 submissions. He's been knocked out twice. 3-1 in the UFC. He's won 8 of 9, but he did lose his last bout. 1-0 in Contender Series. He's fed at 155 and 185. Better striking stats, and he's outstruck his opponents by 1.26 strikes per minute, minus 110. I'm going dog here. I'm taking Micallef. I'm taking the hometown hero here. Obviously, the length is a big thing. He's got massive, like 5 inches of reach is a big thing. Finishing ability, all-roundedness of his finishing ability. He can knock out people. He can submit people. I think he's a bit more dangerous than Elliott. And he's much longer. So give me Micallef. Maybe I'm hating on Elliott.
I don't know how long I've been telling people that Elliott is not necessarily a good grappler. But it's been a really long time, because I want to say that I told you guys before he fought Val Woodburn and wound up in bad positions at times in that fight. Val Woodburn,
I'm marking you down for Micallef.
Yes, of course you are. And if you remember correctly, I'm the one who faded Oban Elliott against Cole last fight at plus 400 and cashed on that one. So I've been fading him before he was a slight favorite. I've been fading him back when he was a huge favorite. And now he gets a guy who went in there and slugged it out. He's slugging out with Kevin Jousset in his UFC debut, Micallef, and then he's a grappler, and then he chose not to grapple because he was like, hey, this striking thing's easy, and I think the grappling that Cole put on Elliott, I think Micallef's got that there. I think he's got the pace, and I think he's got the striking to beat him too. Yeah, I'll take Jonathan Micallef here.
Actually, I have 4 dogs already, Gummy, so I do have more dogs.
You're pouring it on too. I've only got 3. You're pouring it on.
Crazy. All right, before we get to the last 2 picks of this episode, let me tell you about Underdog. Speaking of Underdogs, perfect segue. Underdog Fantasy we're talking about now. Underdog is a great place to play fantasy pick'em, where you can win up to 500 times your entry. Some people pick higher or lower on your favorite player stats. It's available for a ton of sports, including MMA. Maybe Gumby hasn't played for you.
Sure. We'll stick with baseball. We only got a week left of baseball. We better milk it for all it's worth. We got Baltimore playing the Rays. They're at home on this will be Thursday, the games. And we got one of my favorite guys to play the over on his strikeouts, because somehow people are still doubting Cade Povich. He's been putting up pretty good numbers all year. The Rays are a little tough to strike out, but also they're kind of at that stage of the year where they don't give a shit. So we'll take Cade Povich as higher than on his strikeouts.
I know that. That's a real person. That's a real name. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with our code and only our code, MMASGPN. And let me tell you about Rhythm, RITHMM. Rhythm is off to a great start in college football and the NFL. Rhythm has introduced a leaderboard with weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model you build, and you can win $1,000. Gumby, I won't say NFL. You can pick anything you want.
I'll take NFL. We're on to week 4
NFL.
in the NFL. Perhaps the easiest one for me on that one is you got the 3-0 Chargers visiting the 0-3 Giants, who are switching to a rookie quarterback after 3 weeks, just in time to face one of the toughest defenses in all of football right now. And somehow the Chargers are only 6.5-point favorites. Give me the Chargers laying the points. I think that's the slam dunk of the week.
I just wrote last night how you got to fade the Giants, at least for the time being. All right. See if Rhythm agrees with us. You can use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app. That way you get 25% off your first month. So download Rhythm, RITHMM, and use promo code SGPN25. All right. We've given you so many plays already, and we still have 2 more fights to go. Our boy, Andre Petroski, is fighting next against a Aussie, Cam Rowston. They're fighting at middleweight. Tell you about Rowston first. He's Battle Giraffe. We have spoken about him before. Good nickname. He's 12-3, 4 knockouts, 7 submissions. He's been knocked out once. This is his UFC debut. He has won 4 straight and 9 of 10. TKO win in his last bout. 1-1 in Contender Series. Multiple region championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get a shirt, get a merch. sportsgamblingpockets.com/star. Oh, who beat him on Contender Series? That's what I have to ask.
Perez Finney.
There you go. It's true. He's fed out 205, 1-0 in Muay Thai. 3 inches taller, 5-inch reach advantage over Petroski, so he's much bigger. 4 years younger as well. Better striking stats, more active landing strikes based off his Contender Series stats. He's outstruck his opponents on that show by 0.89 strikes per minute. He's at plus 150. Petroski, he doesn't need a nickname. He's Andre Petroski. He's 13-4, 4 knockouts, 4 submissions. He's been knocked out 3 times. 8-3 in the UFC. He's won 3 of 4 and 3 of 6. He did lose his last bout. He went 1-1 in the Ultimate Fighter. He's fought at 170. Regional champ, better grappling stats than Rowston. He's outstruck his opponents just barely. 007 he's at plus 0.07 minus 150. I was hoping we were going to get him at a dog because we're going to take him, right?
I'm going to take him, but I'm going to tell you, I'm not enthused about the number.
No,
You know,
I was like I said, I was thinking, oh, it's gonna be a dog for sure. He's always a dog.
yeah, and so he's getting a newcomer. Here's my problem. So like, I'm going to pick him because Rowston got manhandled by Therese Finney nonstop in the
Sure
grappling,
did.
and I think that Petroski can follow enough of that. But the problem with Petroski is sometimes that like he gets a little bit stuck in his striking, believes in it too much, and by the time he's like, "Hey, let's grapple," he's maybe waited too long. And in this case, like he's fighting a guy who's much more dangerous, I think, on the feet and a lot bigger in terms of reach and stuff. So like he has to work to get on the inside, work for the takedowns, tire out Rowston early. I think that's his clear path to victory. And I just worry just a touch, like this would be, if I was sure he was just going to shoot 100 takedowns and spam it, he'd be my lock of the week. But because I'm not sure of that, I'm not even sure I want to lay on it. His pace of which he gets to his grappling worries me enough that I'm like, I'm going to pick him here, but I'm not going to feel good about it.
Yeah, it's always dangerous when wrestlers try to become boxers, but giraffes can't wrestle.
It's not even that he wants to be a boxer. It's just that he forgets to start wrestling.
Yeah. But obviously there is a path to victory, and there's the you can just watch the Therese Finney fight. Just watch that, Andre, and you'll know what to do. So Petroski is our pick, and we're to the main event of the prelims. Navajo Stirling. He is from, I want to say, New Zealand. Gumby.
You're right about that.
Yes, yeah, he's from New Zealand. He is fighting Rodolfo Bellato. He's from Brazil because I said Rodolfo, not Rodolfo. Tell you about him first. Oh, you also know he's from Brazil because his nickname's Traitor. They love their tractors, eh? He's 12, or is that Sledgehammer? Traitor.
No, that's my hat.
That's tractor, right? Yes, right. He's 12-2-1 with 1 no contest, 7 knockouts, 4 submissions. So he's a finisher. He's been knocked out twice. That means he owes his rounds. It's due. 1-0-1 with 1 no contest in the UFC. 4-0-1 with 1 no contest over his last 6. No contest came in his last bout. He's not lost since September 2022. Regional champ has been outstruck by 0.16 strikes per minute, so pretty much a wash. Better grappling stats than Stirling, plus 205. Stirling, 7-0 with 4 knockouts, 2-0 in the UFC, 1-0 contender series, multiple regional championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get a shirt, get a merch, sportsgamblingpockets.com/store. Use fight up at heavyweight, 1-0 in Muay Thai, champion there in this one bout. 1-0 kickboxing, an inch taller, 4-inch reach advantage, a year younger, better striking stats, more active lining strikes. And he's outstruck his once by almost 4 strikes made. He's at plus 3.94, minus 225. Give me Stirling, better on the feet. Hopefully, he's used to people trying to take him down because he's a kickboxer, so should be able to keep it on the feet. Yeah, he's my pick.
He's not mine. I'm taking Bellato.
Yeah.
I don't think Navajo Stirling's very good, to be completely honest with you.
He's probably a little overhyped. Yeah.
I mean, look at his
last
last
could definitely
fight.
Be a prospect.
Did he fight the Ivan Urslan in his last fight? Yeah. And meanwhile, we've got Bellato, who's coming off of a majority draw against Jimmy Crute.
We've got co-main event, Ivan Urslan, might I say, though?
Yeah, 0-2 Ivan
co-main eventer.
Well, and he's fighting Jimmy Crute inexplicably. I feel like we sort of mixed up the order here of like who should be fighting who. But Urslan's terrible. We'll talk more about him tomorrow. He's terrible, and he still sort of took the grappling to Navajo Stirling sometimes and had his moments on the feet too. It's not like he didn't even have his moments on the feet. Bellato, I think, is infinitely better than him in a lot of different ways. He's better on the feet. He's better on the ground. He's got the takedowns. Like I said, he pretty much had Jimmy Crute beat until, he didn't. So, I don't know. I can't imagine getting around on a, almost 200 favorite on a guy who his best win is Ivan Urslan. So, I'm going to take Bellato here.
Co-main eventer, Ivan Urslan. don't get it wrong. All right, so now we got the same amount of dogs. There you go. Let's recap. I got Stirling. He's got Bellato. I typed his name as Bellator a bunch of times, like usual, when I was typing his name in here. We both have Petroski. We both have Micallef. I have Mullarkey. He has a Bedoya. We both have Thicknesse. I have Carolina. He has Montegue. We both have Ellison. We both have Thainara. And you have all of our picks for the prelims. We're back tomorrow with the main card. We'll be in the Discord as per usual at sportsgamblingpockets.com/Discord. We'll be checking out the comments on YouTube, MMA Gambling Podcast at YouTube. We have a Twitter account. Oh, yeah. Thank you, everyone, for helping us get over 1,700 subscribers now on YouTube. just like that, all of a sudden we're over 1,700. So thank you everyone who has subscribed. If you've not already, make sure you do, please. Twitter, SGPN MMA. He's at Gumby Reeland. I'm at Jeff Fox Writer there, and on Instagram for me. You can check out my Substack. You can enter my free UFC Perth Pick'em contest at moneymma.substack.com. You can listen to more Gumby, no, without Jeff interrupting him, at the Top Turtle MMA podcast. He's interviewing some people this week, and they would be who?
A pair of underdogs who we both just picked, Jonathan Micallef and Colby Thicknesse.
So check that out. And of course, we're at sportsgamblingpodcast.com, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. I think it's your turn to bid us for people for well, is it not?
All right. I'm Danny Gumby Freeland. He's the battle giraffe, Jeff Fox, and we will see you tomorrow.